Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Pamela and this is Breathe. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those who are new here, welcome. I hope you get to enjoy this episode today. So today's topic inaenda kuongelea how environment shapes us. Ni jinsi gani mazingira yanaweza kutufanya tuwe ambavyo tunakuwa. So I'm gonna start with saying from where I grew up. I grew up in an environment whereby kids are expected to be quiet. Yani watoto kaeni kimya, especially wakati elders are around, elders are talking, watoto mnabidi mkae kimya. And to their defense, walikuwa wanaona kama mtoto akikaa kimya ndio mtoto mwenye adabu, kwa sababu anaheshimu kuona watu wazima wakiwa wanaongea. Fair enough, no problem. And so this in turn shaped me into being quiet. Ilinishape kuwa timid, kuwa ni mtu ambaye I kept a lot of things to myself. Kama nilikuwa na opinions, kama I had ideas to share, I just kept quiet, and I developed fears as well at the same time. And going forward, even when I was given opportunity to express myself, I wouldn't know how to express myself. So environment is one of the main factors that shapes us into how, what we become when we grow up. The way caregivers are around the young ones, their words, their attitude, their actions is what the young ones will imitate. So what kind of relationship did you have with your caregiver? Do you remember? And caregivers are people like parents, obviously, or the people who are primarily there for you. Kama anaweza kuwa ni auntie anakukuza, au mtu kama uko kwenye foster home, those kind of people. Yule mtu ambaye anakuwa anakutake care of you, huyo ndio caregiver. It's until when I started my own family, that's when I questioned why am I the way I am? Why do I have these thoughts? Why do I behave the way I behave? Why am I shy? Why do I have these fears in me? For the longest period of time, I just thought, this is normal, this is me. Jinsi nilivyoumbwa ndio hivi, so I just accept. Until when I decided to dig deeper. I was like, okay, especially when I started my own family, nikasema no, I have to sit down and question these things. So I started looking way back, like when I was a child, what kind of neighborhood I had, what kind of people I was mostly communicating with or coming into contact with, my caregivers and stuff like that, my friends, the friends that I had around, and what happened, like why did I form these behaviors? Why do I feel the way I'm feeling? And truth be told, I came to realize it starts from way back. And the journey for me was, I wanted to become a better version for me, especially for myself and for my children. Because I said the journey for me began when I started my own family. I started questioning these behaviors. And if there was any toxic traits in me, I didn't want my kids to kuzipata hizo toxic traits. Na kama kulikuwa kuna any pain in me, nilitaka nidil nazo ili nisiweze kutransfer kwa watoto wangu in one way or another. And there's many forms that you can pass that pain into your kids. And so I decided to go into this journey of whereby I want to improve myself. And a lot of things had to change. And the kind of change you're looking into is things like reading books, deciding first in your brain, like, I want to change this, I want to improve myself, I want to become a better version of myself, I want to blossom, I want to be this beautiful mom for my kids, a good example whereby hata mtoto akikuangalia anasema, wow mom, you're a great mom, stuff like that. So yeah, it looked like reading books, doing counseling again. It included things like kama there was crying to do, included things like forgiving, a lot of forgiveness to do, etc etc. However, like we mwenyewe ukiamua kuingia katika hii journey na ukadig deeper backwards into how things were, we mwenyewe utajua ni vitu gani vya kuweza kufanya, au unaweza hata uka find out from mitandao what to do. So environment shapes us into what we become. And what is environment? What's around? I'm going to dig into that, but let's look first into our jobs to create a well-balanced environment. And I don't believe, to be honest, that we can be 100%, like even for myself, as much as I'm doing this self-improvement and all that, I will get it wrong. So I will never be 100%. But as much as I am trying, or as much as we can try our level best, to be present, to be aware of what kind of parenting we are doing, the way we communicate. How are we communicating with the young ones? Where we choose to live as well. Where we choose to live contributes into shaping our children. Paying attention to the type of friends they have, because that also plays a vital role into whom they become. When I was in Tanzania last year, I went to a hair salon to do my braids, and there were these two ladies, beautiful ladies, fun ladies, doing my hair. And obviously, as you know, salon kuna kwa tu na maongezi na nini. Sasa these two ladies wakawa wanaongea. This one lady goes, "Oh, I had to move from my place to another area, and this house is more expensive, and so inabidi ni work more hours and look for more money ili niweze kulipa rent." And then obviously the obvious question is, like the other lady was asking, my obvious question was as well, this other lady goes, "Why did you have to move? I mean, if the other house was cheaper, why did you have to move to a more pricey house?" And her explanation was like aha moment for me. I was like, oh wow, okay, that makes sense. Akasema kwamba ana mtoto miaka 5 au 6, I think thereabout. Alikuwa ana notice akienda nje kuplay, come back anakuja na words ambazo mama alikuwa like not fond of and not proud. And so akaona mazingira hayamfai huyo mtoto. Again, environment, the neighborhood. And so that's why akaamua kuhama. And then well, for me it's very interesting knowing how people live, like wanting to find out, you know, things and all that. So I was like, okay, so what kind of thing, like, you know, what is going on in the neighborhood, like maana kawa anasema kwamba yani huko ni uswahilini hasa. Sasa akatoa mfano akasema, okay, like the other day kuna alikuwa tu ametoka kazini, akaamua kuwapitia hawa wadada hapo kibarazani kuwasalimia na nini. Alipokuwa ameenda kuwasalimia, kuna dada mwingine naye ametoka kazini, I think anafanya kazi benki or something, akawa amevaa high heel anapita. Sasa this lady tells us kwamba huyu mwanamke alikuwa amevaa kiatu kizuri, kirefu na amependeza, na kusema la ukweli alikuwa kiatu anakimudu. That's her words, like kiatu anakimudu. Ila hawa wanawake waliokaa kibarazani wakasema kwamba tumseme, wanaambiana, wakaanza kucheka kwa pamoja. Muone jamani na hicho kiatu, anachekesha. Wakasema kama kiatu ukiwezi au ukimudu cha nini, so ukiache, na wakati anatembea nacho vizuri. Sasa anasema kwa hiyo things like that, yani watu tu wameamua kumsema mtu for fun. For them, they don't really think further kwamba wanaweza kumhata feelings, it's not fair na nini. Wow, it's just for fun, like the uswahilini. Kwa hiyo I was like, yo, this lady is woke, like very smart, kuamua from heads on kwamba I'm going to pay extra so that my child can grow up in a greater neighborhood, so that she can have positive impact. Yeah. That was fun for me. It was really fun but sad at the same time. It was yeah, I didn't like it, I didn't agree with it, but yeah, that's how it is. So for us caregivers, for us parents, what are our environments, and what are we exposing our young ones to, and how this is how it will inform them, how they will grow, how social they will become. An environment nowadays is wide. Before, for me, it was like my caregivers, my parents, the school you go to, the friends you have around, or maybe if you go to sleepovers, my parents had to make sure they agree to the sort of sleepovers I'm going to, because I'm going to be exposed to these parents, to these kids, and neighborhood. And now it's all that, including social media. What are our kids being exposed in social media? That will inform how they become. How safe are we to raise these young ones? Are we still holding on to things from the past, the pain that we are transferring them to these kids? Are we dealing with ourselves so that we can be a safe environment to these young ones? How is the emotional and social climate in my home? How do I communicate mainly? How am I loving and caring? Neighbors, what sort of neighbors do they get influence from? Are they kind? Are they people who are more like to themselves? Or are they like out there? Is it like, what kind of community are we around? Because there can be community whereby there's lots of gangs. Yeah, is it influencing your young ones in a positive way? Etc, etc. So let's look into that. Let us watch after our environment and pay attention to that, because that's one of the main factors that will inform our young ones into how and into how they will become later on in future. Thank you for watching, and I hope this has been sort of like an eye-opener if you haven't heard of this before. And if you haven't subscribed, kindly consider subscribing. And until next week, you make sure you take care of yourself. Bye.